Hello everybody, Spegtacular, the Silverstacular. I just want to talk real quick about things going on right now. Obviously gold, all-time high, that's kind of big news right now. But is it really big news? Because it's been an all-time high many times this year, right? It just seems like gold is pumping, 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 pumping. Very interesting. You don't see a lot of gold on my video here. And actually, luckily, I was able to funnily enough, the only piece of gold out here I was able to kick over with that one poker chip. Weird how that happened, right? There's actually a pretty nice gold shipment that I'm waiting for coming, I hope today, from the post office. So I'm just waiting, right? Fingers crossed it's going to get here. And that's why you don't see gold on the table, because I'm literally waiting for it right now. But anyways, let's talk about some silver that I got, some things going on out there at my local places, and what's going on in the world, right? So anyways, gold going up, we know about it, keeps happening. It's new news, but it's also it's old news, right? We know it's weird out there. People are unsure about a lot of things. People can't seem to afford things that they would just like to have anymore. I heard somebody in my comments say people, are shopping, so the economy must be good. Well, people have to shop, right? If the people weren't shopping at all, things would be to the floor, right? That's when we go ahead and get into a collapse, because without the middle class buying things, nothing goes around in this world. So that has to happen. And most of that stuff is going to be needs. And occasionally you get some, impulse buys and some wants and everything too. And people are still going to buy TVs and things like that to keep them happy. That's never going to stop. As long as people have some money, they're going to make it happen. And they're not afraid to go ahead and swipe that credit card as need be, you know what I mean, to keep on enjoying themselves. Some of my close friends, man, they have $30,000+ in credit card debt. And you know what they do in response to that? They pay off the minimum and they go they swipe again. They just keep on going, building up that credit card debt. It is what it is, right? What can you do about it? That's their journey. I'm trying my best to get rid of any and all debt. That's my goal. But they seem like, you know what? I'm just going to keep living my life. Anyways, what can you do? I got some pickups here recently before that nice increase in the precious metals pricing. So that was fun to get. Some pieces that I'll probably just keep for myself right here as an example. I love these little 5-ounce bars. I love finding 10-ounce bars. These are pieces I like to just stow away. Pretty cool to find all the different ones out there. I'm not a collector so much of, hey, I got to get the same exact thing every single time. Some people, out there that are watching this video, they probably just need nothing but super cheap buffalo rounds. That's great. Having a bunch of tubes, sitting in your safety deposit box or whatever the case may be, wherever you're putting this stuff under your mattress, that's great. For me, I got to have some variety. It's the spice of life. That is how I like to collect different things. You've seen my little curio cabinets before of things that I like to put out. It's all different for the most part, right? I guess I am guilty of, stacking a bunch of Morgans or a bunch of peace dollars. Those are very similar, obviously, except for the mint and date. And even then, some of those are copycatted and junk silver. But, you get the idea. When it comes to rounds and bars, that's how I am. Anyways, I will say, I went to one shop and I said, hey, here for silver. And actually, they caught me at the door. They go, hey, Speg, sorry, there's no silver today. And I'm like, whoa, it's just so crazy for me to hear, right? Now, most of these places are coin shops that I go to. So, obviously you think about coins, but most coin shops, in order to, participate in what's going on with the stacking community, in order to be relevant amongst them, in order to get the extra business in, they do have coins and precious metals in their shop. And that's to stay relevant. That's to keep that business flowing. So to not hear, to hear that there are no silver items in the shop is kind of like, oh, are you serious right now? Like, go get some so I can buy some. I guess a lot of that stuff has to come into these shops before they have access to selling it. And it means people like me and you going in and selling some of the precious metals in order for them to have inventory, because they're not the kind of shops that will go out to other places that have silver all the time, buy it, so that they always have inventory there. They don't do that. They just wait for it to walk into their door. So that first place didn't have any. Second place I went to was a little higher than I like to pay for silver. I think And this, at this time right now, silver, everybody's selling it for so cheap. It's wonderful. But this particular place, I think it was like $3 over spot. But they had, you know, the spice of life. They had like some variety. So I was like, you know what? Let me, and I was able to pick through them too, which was fun. I was able to just go, okay, I'll take this, this, this. So I was able to pick through some stuff and get a little variety pack. And that, you know, that just satisfied me. That just made me happy. And I was able to go ahead and get it. And again, this was before today's increase in pricing, which, shoot, by the time you watch this video, it could be tomorrow's decrease in pricing. It seems like a lot of times lately on Friday, that's when there's a nice dip in the market. So I've been noticing that. So we'll see how it goes. And again, today is Thursday, so we'll see how it goes. I love these right here, these Florida refining pieces. So it's like a Southeast refining. I love them so much, and you've probably seen these out there, but you probably haven't noticed unless you put them up to another piece. But typically rounds are shaped a little bit smaller in diameter, but they're a little thicker than these Southeast refining pieces. I think it's just neat how different in size they are. So I like to find those. That's kind of like one of my more interesting rounds I like to pick up right there. And what else did I get? Some little, these little, what are these, Madison Mints, I think. Let's see, Hamilton Mint. Hamilton Mint pieces. These are always kind of cool. I always pick up this kind of stuff when I find it. You know, it's interesting. Somebody went through a lot of work to have these made. And obviously they had it made at the Hamilton Mint, if it's not the Hamilton Mint themselves putting these out. But they're great pieces, have a lot of history and information on them. And I feel like they just don't get the love that they need right there. So there's Robert Frost and Carl Sandburg. But interesting pieces. They got a bunch of different ones that they put out. But yeah, still getting the Morgans. I got a tube of Morgans right there. I got some $50. I love getting that junk silver. And a few Eagles were flying my way. Just picking up whatever I can, you know. Just cool stuff. I actually, interestingly enough, and kind of off topic, people on social media were discussing, you know, the most popular silver items out there, because, you know, one person says silver is great, one person says it's no good. The only reason why silver is popular is because of jewelry, and people aren't buying as much jewelry right now. But jewelry actually is a large amount of the silver industrial need, actually, interestingly enough, right? So in order for silver price to go up or down, it could very well be based off of the desire for people to buy silver jewelry. However, the number one industrial need for silver, can you guess it? You're looking at it right now. Whatever you're looking through right now to watch me, whether it be a desktop, laptop, your phone, shoot, these days could be your watch, I don't even know. You better not be watching through my window though, because then this is not going to work. You little creeping Tom, you better not be looking through my window. But anyways, these electronics, that's the number one industrial reason for silver. Very interesting. And you know, that need, does it go away? No, it keeps growing year after year after year, because Apple says we have to put out a new phone every single year, although it is the exact same thing. And copper is also one of the metals that has been rising today, which is cool. Over $4 per pound right now is the copper. These are some pieces that I actually melted. And it's funny because this bar, you know, which was actually old copper wire that I was able to get from a scrapyard and melt into this wonderful looking bar. I think it's wonderful. So this is just kind of like a little desk piece, and I put these little bars on my desk. I think it's fun to just have them there. This desk is a mess, by the way. I got to fix this up. But yeah, I melted this thing and made it into a bar. And it was about a 1 1/4 pounds roughly. So 564 grams, 1 1/4 pounds. And this is not a precious metal, so it goes by just regular ounces, so, and pounds. It's not like a troy ounce or anything like that, or a troy pound. So anyways, I go to the wife and I said, hey, this is about 1 1/4 pounds. I said, you know how much money this thing is worth? Oddly enough, she said, about $5. And I said, yeah, yeah, it is. About $5. How wild, huh? Whew. Copper is so cheap in comparison to silver, and then especially gold. If you had this bar right here in gold, that's probably like a $30,000 bar, you know, plus. It could very well be. Very crazy. 322 grams in this smaller one. I like the smaller one a lot. So I just stamped it out, my little small logo. I actually toned it myself. Copper tones very, very well. And I'll show you a video at the end of this right here of me pulling out that one of this, actually this big bar right here, when I hit it with the furnace. So it comes out just so interesting. So interesting. A lot of the graphite ends up kind of sticking to the copper. You got to clean it off real good. And sometimes in those cracks, it doesn't clean off well. And it actually makes for a great look, in my opinion, to the bars. So anyways, I like the way copper looks. I wish it was, well, I guess I don't wish it was more expensive because it's fun to play with. It really is. It's in my opinion, when it comes to melting, I'd much rather melt silver because it's easier to work with, easier to stamp, lower temperature to melt. It just has a different kind of flow. It doesn't come out like all crackly like this if you're trying to make certain designs on it. So it's just in the way to work with, it's a kind of a better metal silver is, in my opinion. At least for a small little, garage operation like I have. But anyways, I thought that was fun. If you guys and gals out there are still buying from the United States Mint, today they had the 2024 proof. It's from San Francisco, 2024 Morgan dollar and Peace dollar. I'm not a buyer anymore. I'm going to stop all that. I might not be able to stop myself when it comes to the flowing hair, kind of the tribute dollar, or the anniversary dollar, whatever they're really calling it. I think it's more of a tribute. I might not be able to stop myself from that, although I will not buy the silver medal because, in my opinion, it's a silver round. And I made that argument on Instagram. I was like, you're paying $100-something for a silver round from the United States Mint at the end of the day. And a lot of people were like, well, it's a silver medal. And I said, well, what's the difference? The only difference is that a silver medal comes from a government, whereas a silver round comes from, I don't know, just a private mint. So a little ridiculous to me that that's the only difference. There's no difference on the actual piece. It just is based off of where it was minted from. So metal versus round, you tell me if that actually even matters to you. To me, it's whatever you want to call it. It's kind of expensive for what it is. But the gold version, to me, is a little bit more interesting. However, if they're going to increase the price by such a significant amount, I'm probably going to be like, you know what, I'm good enough. I don't need that piece. I'll be just okay without it. But anyways, I don't want to take from you all. If you all like those pieces, if you all want to have those pieces for your collection, then do whatever you want. It's your guys' money, you guys and gals. You do whatever you want to do. If you want to take it, go have it graded by one of the grading companies. I'll be all for it. I'd love to look at it, right? I'm all for taking a peek. I can't be a buyer. When they raised the prices like they did, and they did it to me in a shady way, when many of us already had our basically our pre-orders in for the Morgan and silver dollar, and days before it came out, they said, hey, just so you know, it's coming out, and we're going to increase the price. And if you keep your pre-orders in, you're going to be paying that increased price. You're not going to get the price that you thought you were going to get prior. We got to increase our price. It is what it is. And I think it's just a crazy way of doing business right there. But anyways, I got to go for now. Gold is up again. Old news, but new news. It just keeps on rising. It's going to be interesting to see what gold does when the rates decrease, if they do, from the Federal Reserve. When we saw talk of the Federal Reserve actually saying that they would probably be lowering rates soon, or the news saying that they would probably be lowering rates soon, gold actually went up that day as soon as that news came out. So when it actually occurs, will gold go up or down? That is the question. Very interesting to see. A lot of people say that, well, not a lot of people, but people that are studying the markets and the economy right now are saying that we're better off right now than we had been in the last few years. They're saying that, they say inflation goes down. I think that's a dumb thing to say. Inflation is coming down. Inflation is just not to the level it was. It doesn't come down. It's just year over year, it's at its normal increase, which is around 3%, right? Rather than it being, I don't know, 13, 12, 15%, as some of the years very recently have shown that it went up significantly too quickly. And so, you know, it's not so crazy anymore, but we haven't came back. It's not really going down. It's just not going up as significantly as it has been. So that's good, but they said that the only thing that's still lacking is the housing market, which I believe housing has come down slightly, but not, you know, for enough for a lot of people. A lot of people still have to rent and everything. So anyways, that's a little talk about what's going on out there. You all probably already know that. You guys are struggling just like everybody else is in this world, trying to make it work. For those of you that can invest a little bit in precious metals, I think right now you're probably patting yourselves on the back because it has been a good investment, if you'd like to call it that. Some people don't. I still think that by definition it is an investment, and I've been feeling pretty good about getting it when I can. Anyways, I got to go for now. Appreciate you for watching. Spegtacular, this guy is out. Let's see where I can throw it this time. Nothing. Popping. Popping. Cool, huh? Pepper takes a lot longer to solidify. One big dirty brick of copper. Cool. What's he doing? What's he doing? Let's go up there kissing. See him? Why are they nom-nomming? He's jumping and everything.
Hi guys, anyone here have any questions?
Pretty cool, huh? This one? It's beautiful. There he goes. He is so fuzzy. Is that like a baby or something? He's massive. Where's the yellow snow? Where's the yellow snow? That's green snow. That's way worse. I want to know why he's so fuzzy. Look at the frowny face on that one right there. Look like a frowny face. And no eyeballs. His eyeballs are gone.
Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular.
You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.